Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Storm Team 8 is tracking severe weather in much of West Michigan this morning. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here with Storm Team 8 meteorologist Emily Skydema. Emily, good morning. Let's dive right into it here. Let's take a quick look at the radar. Folks, we have some graphics for you to go over. What are we seeing here on the radar right now, Emily?
Yeah, so snow is coming in. It was a slow start this morning. A few areas saw some light snow through the morning hours, but now is when things are starting to pick up just a little bit. And I want to draw your attention to right around Grand Rapids, where you can kind of see some pink showing up. We do have some freezing rain coming down at the onset of this event. So we just had a coworker pop into the weather center and let us know that the driveway was icy outside, especially in Kent County. We're seeing some of that. So just a word of caution right now, there are some icy spots developing because of that freezing rain. A lot of the snow is concentrated north of 96 at this point, but we are expecting to see a shift in wind direction today, and especially tonight into tomorrow. Areas south will have a better chance of seeing that accumulating snow, but at this point, a lot of the snow is sticking a little bit farther to the north.
You know what I saw this morning, Emily? When I stepped out, I saw some grapple.
You saw grapple?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yep, right when I stepped out, it was coming down for a few minutes there.
As a weather nerd, when I see grapple, I'm like, it's just very exciting.
I learned that from you and Ellen,
yes.
So now I know. I'm like,
very
there's
cool.
grapple out here this morning.
It's a snow pellet for anyone who doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Kind of like a hail snow thing.
Yeah, nice.
If that made sense, to put it technically.
All right, let's dive into some of our graphics here. And folks, again, if you look at those hashtags below our name, use those questions there, put them up in the chat. We'll be able to get them answered for you. Hey, Emily. Hey, Luke. Emily, first graphic here that we have, let's dive into those. Our Futurecast.
Yeah.
Just a couple hours from now, actually.
Yeah, just a couple hours. So this is one of our higher resolution models, and this just shows what we're expecting to see right around 11 a.m. So just a few hours from now, and that shows that a lot of the snow may be sticking a little bit farther to the north. That being said, areas south of Grand Rapids, still a chance of seeing some light snow coming down, but the heavier snow at that point should be concentrated a little bit farther to the north. And as the day goes on, that snow should just become a little bit more widespread.
And then here for our second one, we have our Futurecast looking even more into today.
Yeah, so 7 p.m., as I mentioned, those winds will be shifting direction a bit. Through a lot of the daytime hours, we'll be seeing winds coming in from the southwest. So that gives us kind of that southwest to northeast orientation with the snow. But as things start to shift around, we'll see the orientation of the snow band shift too. So by 7 p.m., notice that snow is hugging the lakeshore a little bit more, and it's really those lakeshore counties that are going to be the most affected today. Everyone is expecting to see snow, but I think as you get closer to the lakeshore, winds will be stronger, and we'll also see slightly higher snowfall totals.
And then hopping over now for our winter alerts.
Yeah, just to put a nice bow on it, here's kind of the summary of those alerts that have been issued for our area, and these are now under effect. So they started at 4 a.m. this morning, a bit early, and they'll continue until 7 a.m. tomorrow. So at this point, Halligan County, Ottawa County, Kent County to the northwest, that's where we have that winter storm warning. The areas highlighted in purple, that's a winter weather advisory. So snow totals forecast to be a bit less there, probably more in that 1 to 3 inch range. And then as you go to those counties that are highlighted in pink, that's where we're expecting to see reports that are closer to 3 inches or 4 inches. And again, this isn't just today, this is until 7 a.m. tomorrow. So don't be deceived by the fact that by 4 p.m., 5 p.m., we might not have that much snow quite yet, because this is going to be a longer duration event. Again, those areas highlighted in pink, probably going to see slightly higher snowfall totals, but everyone is going to experience the winds. And when you combine the winds and the falling temperatures and the snow, that's kind of the perfect recipe to give you those hazardous travel conditions. And by the time we get to tomorrow, we'll likely have some new advisories and warnings in effect, because different areas will be impacted more.
And that's a good transition, Emily. We have a question from Emily. Is tomorrow's forecast looking better / safer for travel at this point?
Yeah, kind of a tricky question to answer because it depends where you're traveling. I think areas like Kalamazoo County, Van Buren County tomorrow will be seeing some more of those snow bands setting up. So especially areas that are in the farther southwest point of the state at this point look like they'll be impacted a bit more tomorrow with the snow. But for everyone, the winds are not going to be as significant tomorrow. So in terms of winds, not quite as windy tomorrow. We're not expecting quite as much snow, but where those snow bands set up, we will be seeing some higher snowfall totals. And again, right now it looks like Kalamazoo County, Van Buren County could have some trickier travel tomorrow.
Emily, thank you for your question, and Emily, thank you for your answer.
You're welcome. Go Emily.
Getting a few other ones in here, not necessarily questions here, but just from specific areas in our viewing range here. Nothing much in Ionia right now. This one from Brenda. Pull that one. Thanks, Brenda. And then people, of course, Tim, let it snow. He's all for it.
Yeah, not much in places like Ionia County at this point. South of there, not too much coming down. This has been a little bit of a slower onset so far, but we are expecting that snow to continue to ramp up in intensity. And that freezing rain that we're seeing for some spots right now should be transitioning over to snow as we start to see those temperatures fall. So, yeah, the biggest point today is just because your morning commute was fine doesn't mean you'll see the same conditions for the evening.
Let's take one here from Kate, Emily. This, what is it looking like for Grand Haven area tomorrow?
Yeah, Grand Haven area tomorrow could still certainly be seeing some snow. It looks like probably the better setup for Grand Haven will be today, but still some snow in the forecast, just lower winds. Today it's really that 2-punch with the snow, well 3-punch I guess, with the snow and the winds and the falling temperatures. Tomorrow at least our temperatures will be more on that typical diurnal cycle where it's warmest during the afternoon, and it's not going to be as windy tomorrow, but still a chance of snow.
Kate, thank you. Emily, let's hop into our next graphic here, which is the wind. You know, it's been a big partner for the snow that we're seeing here this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. So the winds are starting to ramp up right now. And by the afternoon, we're looking at winds that could gust as high as about 40 to possibly 45 miles per hour. Keep in mind when we see snow falling at kind of 32, 31 degrees, it's more of that wet, heavy snow. But as our temperatures fall this afternoon, we should be in the 20s, and we'll start to see some of those finer snowflakes that can blow around a bit more. So this is why we have that winter storm warning, because not only are we expecting accumulating snow, but when you have the winds combined there too, we'll see more of a reduction in visibility because that snow is a bit lighter and you can pick it up and carry it easier on the winds. So expect winds to be coming in right around 40 miles per hour. Those are gusts, not sustained. Sustained winds will be coming in around 15 to 25, but that combination of winds and snow will give us that chance of seeing some really quick reductions in visibility, and obviously that makes driving pretty tricky.
And we're seeing a lot of these comments roll in about those high winds. This one here, Soy saying high winds, light snow in Wayland. Soy, thank you. We have Wyoming as well. This one from Trixie. Getting very windy in Wyoming. No snow really yet.
Yep.
So a few other spots where they're seeing snow. Snowing pretty good up here in Reed City from Laura.
Okay.
So
yeah, I've been watching those cameras, especially in Muskegon County, and that's one of the areas where the snow has been coming down a bit better compared to areas farther down to the south. So north of Grand Rapids right now looks like you're seeing a little bit more of that snow. In Grand Rapids, we had some of that freezing rain, and then south of there, things look pretty light right now, but again, we're expecting a bit of an uptick in intensity over the next couple of hours.
Put the radar back up for you. Emily, anything in closing here for us?
Yeah, just as you're heading out today, please bundle up, first of all. With the winds, it's going to feel like we're in the single digits at times this afternoon. So make sure you're prepared for the fact that things are going to get pretty slippery out there. And also keep in mind this is an event that's going to last a few days. So this is kind of the start of it, but as we know in West Michigan, that lake effect snow is very much a thing. And tonight into tomorrow, we are going to see more of that lake effect snow band setup. So we'll be here all day watching to see where those snow bands set up tonight into the day tomorrow. And just make sure you're prepared for those cold wind chills and the windy conditions too.
And folks, the forecast is attached to this stream here. It'll take you over to woodtv.com where you can find all things Storm Team 8. Just a quick plug for later in the afternoon here. I'm going to have Blake Harms again at 3:30 this afternoon. You'll be able to follow along here on Facebook. And shortly after, I'll have Ellen Baca talking about some afternoon temperature or afternoon weather as well at 4.
You've got quite the lineup today.
Yeah, yep. Just trying to keep everyone, knowing what's happening.
Absolutely, yeah. Stay safe, everyone.
Absolutely. Folks, have a great afternoon. This has been a look at the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster with Storm Team 8 meteorologist Emily Skydema. Have a good one.